Hey guys, Jason Jacques Gallery, and I'm here to present Kim Simonsson's Moss Giants. Kim Simonsson is a Finnish artist from the city of Fiskars, where they make the scissors. And it's basically like way up in the woods in the north, where the sun doesn't set at all in the summertime, and in the winters it's pitch black. And he's made these incredible ceramic sculptures that are basically a fairy tale, like his own mythology, and they're all children, and the children it's based on a post-utopian world where the Gaia, the spirit, the Mother Earth, she's a dreamer, and she dreams into being the new creatures for the planet, and instead of giving the planet back to adults who ruined everything, because the adults are a problem, gave the world back to the children, so they're the Moss children. So back to the Moss Giants. The Moss Giants were produced for a European cultural event that happens in Lille, in France, every 3 years. It's a triennale. It's the Utopia was the theme this year. It's called the Lille 3000, and they bring in star artists from around the world to present sculpture, to what they judge as being the most interesting sculpture in the world. And Kim was the star of the event this year. They produced 10 giant moss people. He produced a model, and then at a big foundry in Lille, they manufactured the big giants. They stand at 14 feet tall, and they lined the big boulevard, the Ramblas, from the train station all the way to the Opera House. 10 giant moss children. And so these are the first two that we brought to the States. There's the doctor over there, and then there's this incredible one with this gazing ball. And they're made for outdoor use. They've been outdoors already for 8 months, and they're still in really good shape, which was a concern. We weren't sure if they were going to work or not, and they worked better than we could have ever imagined. And the reaction has been, I mean, it's mind-numbing. I can't believe the number of people in the press, and it's been an exciting year for Kim. So I started my gallery in 1991 in Vienna. I started as a picker in the flea markets, and I fell in love with ceramics, particularly ceramics from the Art Nouveau period. So I've actually been doing shows with this group, this Palm Beach group, the Palm Beach show group. I did their first show back in the early 2000s because I started as an antique dealer and with a big passion for clay. And in 2010 I got a little bit, I don't know, felt like my life was getting repetitive, that I was doing the same thing over and over, and that I'd reached the apex of what you could do as an antique dealer by doing Maastricht, by doing the Takeoff show, and also doing the Biennale in Paris. And I thought, wow, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? Am I going to do the same exact thing forever, or am I going to do something new? And I decided to start a contemporary program, and Kim was our third artist. But focusing on artists who work in ceramic. And what's unusual about Kim's work, I don't know if you can see the ones in the background, but they're all ceramic. They look like they're made of moss, but they're actually made of ceramic. They're hand sculpted. He's a Beaux-Arts trained sculptor, not the actual Beaux-Arts, but he's trained in this 19th century classical training. And his sculpting ability is very fast and very immediate, very much like the way Rodin taught how to do sculpture. In clay, then they're fired, and what he came up with is this flocking technique to create these surfaces that these incredibly vibrant surfaces with this applied nylon. Anyway, so I started that program, and now the gallery is in its, my God, 33rd year, and it's all I've ever done, so it's been 33 years now. And we've moved down to Chelsea, and we're really only focusing on the contemporary work now. The first giant sculpture that Kim made for the Lille exhibition that we brought over is the Philosopher, and you can see she's gazing upward, she's pensive, she's very thoughtful. What's interesting about the Philosopher is that rather than saying directly, the philosophy is that you're looking at yourself. You're looking at the gazing ball that she has hanging behind her, because philosophy is an internal job. So the exciting news is after 17 years on the Upper East Side in the cute little townhouse, post-pandemic we've decided to move down to Chelsea. And we're opening a big street level storefront gallery on 20th Street between David Zwirner and Crozier. And it's, you know, the hot neighborhood, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be opening permanently after the summer.